Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Lisa and I produce beauty related content here on YouTube. Beauty tutorials, beauty chit chat, first impressions, all that kind of good stuff. I also have a blog, madeupmom.com, where I share similar content to here on YouTube, but also fitness, health, family, motherhood, just kind of my life. So I hope you'll check that out. Today's video is going to be a special treat. I have never done anyone's makeup on my channel. And today my friend Nasreen is here and she's gorgeous and beautiful. And I asked her to come on my channel because Nasreen has actually started an Instagram account where she's starting to share outfits and interior design ideas. She's just the cutest. They always dress super cute. Her house is super cute, and she's starting to share that with the world, with the internet. So I wanted her to come on my channel, let me do her makeup, and then also kind of let me plug her new blog coming soon in Instagram. So Nasreen, will you tell everyone a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, thank you, Lisa. So like Lisa said, I started just recently an Instagram account, and really the whole purpose of me starting it was kind of as an outlet for myself, as well as to just share my personal style with everybody, whether that's like home decor, interior design style, or my own just day-to-day clothing style, as well as my kid style. So I hope you guys check it out.
Check it out. It's super cute. What I love about Nasreen's style is she's always looks really put together but effortless, you know, and I think for the most part everything you post is pretty budget friendly, and
definitely that's important to me.
Yeah, important to most of us, right? But anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started, and I'll show you guys how I created this beautiful makeup on Nasreen. Thank you guys.
Okay, so first let's start with skin. I'm actually using Nasreen's foundation, so I don't have it to insert here in the video, but I'm using the YSL Foundation and Touche Éclat. She's the shade Warm Honey. This is a really beautiful, dewy, kind of medium coverage foundation. I actually hadn't played with this before working with her skin, and it's actually so beautiful on her skin. It looks really natural, but it evens the skin tone out. I did feel the need to set it with a powder, but it wasn't like overly dewy. So this is a foundation that I'm probably gonna have to pick up and give a try on my own skin. And I'm using the Beauty Blender just to blend this into the skin. For her concealer, I'm using Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. This is just gonna give a little more extra coverage underneath the eyes and in the center of the face. And I'm using a Beauty Blender also to apply this. I love applying my concealer with the Beauty Blender. I feel like it's the best way to get the most coverage, but not look too heavy on the skin either. Then I'm just going to take a concealer brush and I'm just going to kind of blend out, go under the eyes. I just want to make sure that there's no excess product there because I don't want to worry about her concealer creasing throughout the day. And then I'm just going to run whatever's left on my brush on her eyelid. Then I'm just going to set with a little bit of powder. I'm using the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder under her eyes and in the center of her face. And Nasreen has the most beautiful eyebrows. I'm just combing them because I just couldn't resist the urge to comb her eyebrows. Then I'm going to take MAC Paint Pot and Soft Ochre, and I'm going to apply this on her eyelids as her eyeshadow primer. This is also going to brighten her eyelids a little bit, and it's really going to intensify the color of the eyeshadow that I'm going to be using. I'm taking this transition shade from the Viseart palette. Really, any transition shade that you have will work, you guys. You don't have to use this one color because this is the only color I use from this palette, so it doesn't really make sense to go buy an $80 palette for this one shade. So just use your favorite matte transition shade. I'm using a shade that's similar to her skin tone, just maybe a shade or two darker, just to give a little definition in the crease. I should also comment on this brush. This is my favorite brush for the concealer. It's the perfect size. It's the 221 by MAC, so I'll link it down below. I'm going to be using this palette by Makeup Forever for most of the rest of the eye look. It's the Artist 9 palette, and I'm using the middle shade. It is the, I think it's just called D562, and I'm just packing this all over the eyelid with a dense eyeshadow shader brush. It's the most beautiful bronze shade. I wear this all the time, and Nasreen and I are very different in skin tone, but it works beautifully on both of us. For the inner corner, I'm going to take the lighter shade from the palette, and I'm going to pop that in the inner corner, and then for the crease in the outer corner, I'm going to use this nice warm reddish brown, and I'm just going to pop that in the outer corner and blend into the crease with that 221 brush by MAC. And then I'm excited to show you guys this new eyeshadow that I picked up. Okay, I'm a little ahead of myself. It's coming up here in just a minute, but I bought this eyeshadow from Chanel recently, and it is absolutely beautiful. It's so hard to see in this light because the light is so intense, it's kind of blinding it out, but it's called Titane, and it's a new shadow by Chanel. It's their longwear line. It is so beautiful. It's like this kind of slate olive green, super metallic, and I'm just popping this on the center of the lid just to give a little bit of extra oomph to the look. Then I'm taking the black shadow from the Makeup Forever palette, and I'm taking the 206 winged liner brush by Sigma, and I'm creating an eyeliner on her with this eyeshadow. I absolutely love this brush for winged liner. It is so small and so precise. It makes it so easy. If you have trouble with winged liner or using shadow as liner, you grab this brush. It is seriously dummy proof. Then I'm just going to go and I'm taking a little bit more loose powder and dusting off any fallout. I didn't have much, but I always like to do this step just to make sure that there's no shadow that's sitting there that's just going to kind of muddy up the foundation or concealer. For her brows, she really doesn't need a lot, but I'm just taking like a medium matte brown shadow from this MAC palette, and I'm just filling in the inner part of her brow. I asked her if she usually does it because honestly I didn't really think she needed it, but she said she did, so I wanted to give her a little bit of brow. For mascara, I'm using my tried and true favorite combo. You guys are probably sick of seeing this, but it's the Diorshow Maximizing, actually it's called Maximizer, and it's a lash primer, and then I'm going to coat it with the Chanel Le Volume Mascara in black. Nasreen has beautiful, long, thick lashes. They're amazing. I didn't think I was going to use false lashes in this look, but I actually ended up doing that just to add a little bit more. We'll do that in a little bit. But this is the Hourglass Bronze Light Bronzer, and I'm using the Real Techniques blush brush. I absolutely love this brush, you guys. It's like, I think it's like $10 or less. You can get it at Walgreens or the drugstore. It's one of my favorite brushes to apply blush or bronzer. And this has to be my favorite bronzer. I'm going to top it off with my favorite blush at the moment, the Milani Luminoso, and this brush by MAC is my favorite brush for blush because it applies it so light and sheerly. I don't remember the number, but of course I'll have it linked down below for you guys. Then I'm going to take this Bobbi Brown shadow stick, which I actually just featured in my easy summer makeup look that I'll link down below, and I'm going to run this on her lower lash line, basically to give the lower lashes or the lower lash liner something to adhere to. I'm just using the shadows from the Makeup Forever palette to go on top of that. So I'm using that rich, warm brown that we used in her crease, and I'm just going to run that all over the lower lash line. I don't want anything really dark. I want something kind of sultry and not too smoldering. I want this to be a very summery, pretty bronze smoky eye. Then I'm taking this tight, flat liner brush by MAC. I believe it's a 212, and I'm taking the brown in the Makeup Forever palette, and I'm just going at the root of her lashes. This brush, even though I've already used this color, using this brush is going to make it a little bit more intense because it's a more dense brush. So I want there to be some definition on her lower lash line, but I don't want it to be a dark eyeliner. I'm popping on some lashes. These are by Kiss. I'll leave the style down below. I can't remember the name right here, but of course I'll have it linked down below for you guys. And this really just gives a little bit more volume to her lashes. The length is pretty similar to her natural lashes. She has some pretty incredible lashes, you guys. I love the way this is looking now. For her lips, I'm using the Bite Beauty lip liner in 26, and I'm just going to line her lips, and then I'm going to gently kind of sketch inside of her lips just to give the lipstick a little bit more color, a little bit of a base so the lip color wears a little longer on her, and to brighten her lips up a little bit. For her lipstick, I'm actually going to use one lipstick that she brought, and I didn't have it with me when I was filming the product shots, but it's by Lipstick Queen, and it's the shade Saint Pinky Nude. It's a really beautiful, bright, sheer pink. I love it. It really did a lot to brighten up her lip color. So if you have a lip color like Nasreen's that's a little darker or doesn't have a lot of brightness to it, this is really going to add a nice like punch of color, but in a sheer, wearable way. I'm just kind of setting everything in the center with a little light veil of powder. Then I'm taking that warm, rich, dark brown, and I'm just gonna intensify her crease a little bit. After I had the lashes on, the liner and everything, I like to always kind of reevaluate the eye makeup, and I felt like she could use a little bit more there. So I went back with the 224 brush by MAC and just added a little more intensity there in the outer corner and crease. And last, I'm taking the middle light shade, and I'm just going to put this right underneath her brow to give a really pretty highlight. And this is Hot Sand Liquid Illuminator by NARS, and I decided at the last minute to add a little bit of this down the center of her nose and on her cheekbones just to give a beautiful summer glow. I absolutely love this product. It's great to mix with moisturizer, with foundation, or just to kind of dab it on top of the makeup like I'm doing so. And this sums up the makeup look. How beautiful is she? I just love her. She's adorable. Go check out her Instagram, you guys. She is the sweetest. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next video.